Boker Tov, we are continuing in Megilat Ruth. We are in Perek Bet, Pasuk Chaf. And here in Megilat Ruth, what we're up to is where Ruth tells Naomi that the field that she went to go gather all this grain, the person's name is Boaz. Vatomer Ruth lekalata, Vatomer Naomi lekalata. Naomi told her daughter-in-law, Baruch hu la Hashem, may he be blessed from Hashem. Asher lo azav chasdo et hachaim ve'et hametim. That, so now here's a machloket of how to learn this part of the pasuk. Who is she? So she's blessing Boaz, and the general continuation would be she's talking about Boaz. That Boaz didn't take away his chesed from those that are alive and those that are dead. Meaning, this person Boaz, he's a great man, he should be blessed, and he did chesed to those that are alive. Based on those that were dead, he did chesed for Naomi and Ruth, and connected to the people that, because we're going to see in a moment that he's a relative, connected to the people that he was related to that passed away. Some of Farshim explain, Baruch hu la Hashem, blessed is Boaz to Hashem, and then once he's talking about Hashem is the one that lo azav chasdo et hachaim et hametim. Hashem never leaves, he never takes away his chesed from those that are alive, Ruth and Naomi, and those that passed away. And she's saying that because the hope is that Boaz is going to marry Ruth. This is what Naomi wants. And Boaz is a relative, we're going to see in a moment, in the end of the pasuk. And it was not official yibum, but it was still a connection when a lady would be a widow, try to marry someone in the family. So she's saying thanks to Hashem, who doesn't take away his chesed from them, and still is mefarnes them, even though they're so poor, and still takes care of those that passed away by marrying someone in the family. Also, the Mefarshim say,
and those that passed away, she means,
and those that passed,
her
children and her husband, and Hashem is still taking care of them, so to speak, by going to be marrying someone in the family. And the Mefarshim say that Boaz didn't have children. I mean, at the beginning of the story, we saw his wife passed away, and then Boaz had a child with Ruth. Right? I forget his name. Was it Oved? We're going to see it at the end of the Megillah of Megilat Ruth. They'll tell the Peretz will leave the Chetzron. I think their son was named Peretz. We'll see it at the end. So the Midrash says, when Naomi said Baruch hu la Hashem, that Boaz should be blessed from Hashem, so beracha is, I don't want to get off topic, but bet, resh, chaf are all letters that are double the letter previous. Bet is double aleph. Resh is 200, double kuf, which is 100. And chaf is 20, it's double yud, which is behind it, which is 10. That's also bechor, gets a double portion. Beracha is added. At this moment, when she said beracha, she, through that beracha, gave the ability to Boaz to have a child. He didn't have children with his first wife. Couldn't have children. That bracha gave the ability for him to have children, and then when he had Ruth, then he had a child. Unbelievable. So at the end of the pasuk, Vatomer la Naomi, Karov lanu ha'ish, migoalenuhu. This man, Naomi told him back, is a relative of ours. Migoalenuhu. He's one of our redeemers. So what does this mean? Karov, you could say he's a cousin, but maybe he's a distant cousin, not close enough to be a redeemer, not close enough to be this kind of yibum to marry. But she says he's a cousin, and he's actually close enough to be considered like a family member marrying. So you go, oh yeah, he's my cousin. How is your cousin? Oh, our grandmothers are somehow connected. That's not, but okay, you can say he's a cousin. So she's saying he's a cousin, but also go'alenu, he's someone that is going to be redeeming us, where he can marry you, and it can still be considered like a family marriage. And their connection again was that Boaz and Ruth's husband were first cousins. So through marriage, first cousins. But Tomer Ruth HaMoaviyah, I want to see why it mentions Moaviyah over here. Ruth HaMoaviyah tells back to Naomi, Gam ki amar elai, also this man Boaz told me, Ima ne'arim asher li, with the young lads that I have, that are working in the field, tidbakin, connect to them, Adim kiluet kol hakatzir sheli, until the whole harvest is finished. So if you remember, Ruth, she stayed with the kotzrim, the men. And Boaz told her, go with the woman. But now what is Ruth saying? She said, Boaz told me to go with the ne'arim, go with the men. He didn't say that. He said, go with the woman. There's a woman section. So what's going on over here? We'll say the next pasuk and we'll explain. But Tomer Naomi el Ruth kalata. Naomi tells Ruth her daughter-in-law. It doesn't say Ruth Moavia here. Here it says daughter-in-law. Tov biti, good my daughter. Kitetzi im na'arotav. It's good if you stick with the ladies, his lady section. And nobody will bother you in a different field. Go stay there, nobody's going to bother you. So what's going on over here? That Ruth mentions Neharim and Naomi says Na'arotav. So the Malbim over here explains an interesting explanation. He says, at the end of the day, Ruth came from Moab. And among the Goyim, there's no separation, men and ladies. So when Boaz told her to go to the ladies, she didn't, as you say in the Gemara language, didn't realize that there's a difference. You know, hanging up the guys, hanging up the girls, it's kind of all the same thing. So it's an interesting pshat that he gives. And therefore, she didn't take it like a tzniut necessarily, didn't have that knowledge yet. And therefore, the pasuk still says Moaviyah, she still had that character trait, and Naomi fixed it. She says, oh yeah, Boaz told me to hang out with the guys. But she didn't realize what she was saying. Really, he said, no, the girls, because of tzniut. She didn't realize it. And then Naomi corrected her and said, no, the Na'arot. That's what you got to hang around with. And he says the hashpah was still there. He gives a second explanation that says that that second explanation is that she had this tzniut, but she went to the Ne'arim, she wanted to find a husband. So she hung out over there, and it led anyways to getting Boaz, but that's what she had in mind. But Naomi kind of corrected her. The last pasuk of the Perek, last pasuk for today, but Tidbak ben Arod Boaz. Now it tells us the future. So what happened? Ruth, she connected to the Na'arot, the young ladies of Boaz. She listened to her mother-in-law. She got the point. She connected to the Na'arot of Boaz, the Laket, to gather daily, Ad kelot ketzira seorim u'ketzira chitin, until the end of the harvest of the barley and the wheat. And the Mefarshim said this was 3 months. So it was 3 months of her gathering. She stuck to the Na'arot. She was gathering for 3 months. Vateshev et chamota. And then she went back to her mother-in-law. Meaning, Mefarshim say that 3 months she was there, like on site, basically gathering. And Boaz said, "Stay here. Go ahead and gather all the way." When the thing was finished, she went back home. She didn't, hang around there. She always went back to her home base, which was with Naomi, taking care of her, etc. Then we're going to see, Bezrat Hashem, tomorrow, the next Perek, the next chapter of now Boaz and Ruth getting together. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen. Rabbi Yochanan Emek Shomer, Hatzah Kadosh Baruch Hu, lezakot et Safir Chachiva Lem Tolom Shneimar, Adonai Hafetz Man Tzidko, Yagdil Torah ve'yadir.